Today we have a 3-for-1 deal going on. We're going to have 1080 snowboarding, Twisted Edge, and Snowboard Kids 1 and 2. These are the N64 snowboard games, the ones that define the 90s for me. Obviously, I said it before in my 1080 review if you haven't seen it in 2025. Cool Borders was like the game for PlayStation fans. It wasn't the price of a cartridge, it was cheap on a CD. And a lot of PlayStation fans had Cool Borders and played those games. And they were kind of the snowboard games, but for me, it was the cartridge 1080. This was like the holy grand grail. And like basically, I was able to choose between this one and Snowboard Kids when it came out, and I chose this one instead, and I made the right choice. But there's also later in the year, so Snowboard Kids came out in like December 98. This 1080 snowboarding came out like in February, I believe, and then Twisted Edge snowboarding came out like November 2008. 1998. So it came out like as a Christmas title, basically. So 1080 was kind of in the middle, but I think 1080 is the best one, obviously. A lot of people do love Snowboard Kids. They have a lot of fun with it, but we're going to go ahead and run through this a little bit. As my review said earlier, 1080, I think between these games, Snowboard Kids 1, 2, 1080, and Twisted Edge, I think 1080 is the most revered and most highly reviewed from that time. At the time it came out, it was like a 9+, like 9 to 9.5 type of game. Snowboard Kids got around like a 7.5, and Twisted Edge typically got like 6.5 to 7 type of reviews. And they were kind of mixed reviews. Snowboard Kids seemed to do better than Twisted Edge, and 1080 is like, to me, like the gold standard for like snowboarding games from the 32 and 64-bit era. This is it for me. The quality is just there. But we talk about this game real quick. We talked about it before. Match Race. You get to go through Match Race. And in Match Race, you're going to get 3 different versions. You're going to play through 4 courses here, 5 courses here, 6 courses here. Once you completed this, you'll unlock, by beating it with the regular characters, you'll unlock the Iceman, the Blue Iceman. He's the Dion Blaster, but faster. And then if you complete it with the Blue Iceman, you'll unlock the Gold Iceman. Basically, the point of the game is that you're racing. Let's be real. You're racing and you're doing tricks. Now, in the normal races, you're not going to want to do many tricks. You're just going to want to race right through. Blah, blah, blah. You kind of get the point. And you have different guys with different skills, different boards. This guy's faster. This guy's more balanced. You got the trick guys over here. She cusses there if you take her away. You got, So basically, all in all, this is the gold standard 1080 snowboarding. I think it still holds up very well. I give it a 7.5 to 8 on today's score range. I think it would be great as an indie game. I think that, we have a sequel on GameCube, but I think that really we need a reboot of the series. It's that good. And then, of course, you got Time Attack, Match Race, Trick Attack, and Contest. Contest reminds me a lot of Wave Race, because the regular snowboarding in the regular game, I'll kind of give you an indication of that, but I want you to see this real quick, because this reminds me of, even though you're running this by yourself, it really, really reminds me of Wave Race. It's almost like they were thinking at first of doing the cone. Wave Race is the buoys. You have to go and power up or power down. This feels a lot like that. Look, it's red, it's blue, it's red, it's blue. I feel like this might have been the original design to kind of mimic Wave Race, which was also an N64 game. But then they were like, nah, let's not take away the freedom of them being able to do the levels however they want. So like this whole like having to follow the flag system, I feel like it's almost like, it makes me feel like Wave Race a little bit. So that's kind of a thing. I'm going to go and jump into, so I've got the full review if you want to watch it of this, where I go into, well, I wouldn't say it's a full review. Honestly, it's kind of sad. But I just kind of talk about the game in general. And this one, of course, you go through your courses and stuff like that, and you go and you race it out. I want to jump into Snowboard Kids, and I want to jump into Twisted Edge. So let's go into those. This game's definitely, I might have been a little low on it. It's more like an 8 in 2025. I know it's only got 6 main courses, but, it's got the secret unlockables. Basically, that would be like a DLC today included. And it's just great fun to race your friends. You can just take them on and just go after each other, trick attack, stuff like that. There's just a lot of fun to this, and, you can become as good as you want. You can go full speed, and you can, really master it if you want to, like doing 1080s and stuff. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and check out its, closest competitor, I guess, in terms of, like, trying to look like it is, like, Twisted Edge. So let's take a look at that one. All right, guys, here we go. Twisted Edge Snowboarding. The last game to come out. Now, I think Snowboard Kids came out after this one, but Snowboard Kids 2 came out after this one, but it was Snowboard Kids, then 1080, then Twisted Edge. And this is kind of the one that a lot of people like ended up grabbing instead of 1080. Some people swear by it. You know, they say they like it more. You can kind of see it's kind of somewhere between 1080 and Snowboard Kids, but let's go ahead and pick my character. I have never played this game, honestly. So I'm going to give you my impressions here. And we'll see what we've got. Okay, I'm kind of skipping through here. Let's see what you got, Twisted Edge. Okay, we got 4 racers here instead of 2.
3, 2, 1, go!
I'm going to guess it's kind of arcadey. Ooh, what is this? It kind of controls, interesting. Wow. Wow. This is not what I was expecting. It's got the music, though. That's a nice little jam right there. It doesn't seem like you can wipe out at all. So in Twisted, you guess you can run into them. Twisted Edge seems a little bit more 1080 seems a little bit more simulation to me in that, like, depending on, you know, it matters how you land it. I'm probably gonna have to go back to show you that again, because like this just feels kind of like I'm floating. You know, look at that. I mean, I'm still fine. I'm still kept my speed, and you kind of just like drifting in the air. I'm not saying I wouldn't play this. I'm just saying I probably wouldn't play this. Wow, I didn't even mean to do that. I'm doing like 1080s already without even trying. Yeah, it feels kind of slow and floaty. I don't know if that's because I'm on emulation or because that's the game in general. I imagine on the 64 this thing probably ran like absolute the donkey donk. And I don't know if I'm going out of bounds here or what, or where I'm even going. Yeah. This is not it.
Way to lose, loser.
This would be, at this point, if this game came out, well, it'd be complete, but people would be like, this would be like one of those Steam shovelware games or something. I might be being too hard on it. Like I said, I'm only getting a small sample size here. But
3, 2, 1, go!
Maybe in 2000, I mean, maybe 1998 when it came out. I mean, I don't know. If I played 1080 first or even Snowboard Kids first, I don't know if I would love this. If I really love snowboarding and needed something different, like I've played those games like 100 times, I'd probably give it a shot. But like, the body's like stretching in weird ways, contorting. It seems like you can land it no matter what. Like there's... It's at 20 FPS. I don't know if that's... Yeah. Well, probably the emulation, but I mean, this is... Good God. I guess you could have some fun with it. I think in 1998, kids would have been thrilled to have play this. But not if they'd already played 1080. Unless if they just felt 1080 was too hard for them, too stressful, or just they were just tired of the courses over and over again and kind of had like done everything that needed to do on it. Wow. So I'm in first. I can pretty much just like drift my way there, it looks like. Doing like a million spins there. And still, wow, he really flew by. That felt a lot like 1080 there with the way that they ran into me, like the same. So there we go. Alright, so you kind of see what we got here. It's kind of got its own little aesthetic. Trying to be kind of extreme. Let's check out Snowboard Kids. I'm going to give this game, I mean, an early indication. I'm going to give it a 2025 score of a 5. And I'm going to give it a 2000... I mean, I'm going to give it a 1998 score of, I don't know, a 4. I don't know. Maybe like a 5.5 or 6. Yeah, I'm not going to give it that high a score. But I mean, I would check it out. Like, if I could get the settings right, I'd probably run through it and see what's up. They're giving me a cool replay right here. That's kind of unique. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at Snowboard Kids. Now, here's a game a lot of people swore by. A lot of people love Snowboard Kids. And it was made by Atlas. It was known for like a lot of RPGs and stuff. Pretty cool. But look at this. It's got like cute, like almost like chibi style, right? So I would rather play this than Twisted Edge. And honestly, this game I almost got at that time. But I decided to, you know, get 1080. I would never regret that move. I regret a lot of things in life, but not that. Let's see what's up. Okay, we're going to try to get through all these settings real quick. And let's get into it. I'm a person, and I'm ready to go. I got a big nose. I look like Dilbert. Battle race, skill game, time attack, board shop. Okay. Cool. A little bit like 1080 with these extra modes and stuff. And it looks like maybe you're just, wow. Is it like multiple races for each course? That's pretty cool. Well, let's try the snow place. Here we go. 5 laps for a short begin. I guess it's got 6 courses too. And they just let you play them from the get-go. And then there's different boards. It's got a 3-star system, so it's a little bit more simpler. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a bit. It's been a while. So I played this for a few minutes when I was younger, but.
Ready? Go!
I had a friend that had this game. I never owned this game. I believe you rented it too. It's a cute little game. I think this presentation is much better than Twisted Edge. Okay, oh, that's cool. I can dig this, you know. It kind of feels like that, almost like Final Fantasy VII, that little snowboarding game or whatever they had. Trying to be like extreme in the 90s. They had to add snowboarding in a chase level. I am losing bad. I suck. Woo-wee. I wonder if those are items I could shoot out. I don't remember. Okay, he just got murked. Oh, and you have to wait? Oh, that's savage. You have to wait for the ski lift on a race. Wow, this is the real deal. Wow, they made me wait. That's awesome. Then they threw a whole pan of noodles at me or something. I just got Naruto'd. And I'm like shooting fireballs. You got some Mario Kart action going on here. And I might not be in last place after all. Let me see if I can get Hadouken out of this or something, you know. Wow. This music. That's what I'm talking about. Hadouken! Oh man, give me that. I wish I knew how to do some tricks, and I know nothing. This is probably the most boring playthrough you'll find on the internet. Why the hell are you watching this? God have mercy on your soul. Abandon hope, all ye who hit play. Alright, so we're going up. Honestly, I like this so much more than Twisted Edge. I could really get into this. It's a little slow. The speed of 1080, and what I'll do is I'll run one match on full speed by y'all for 1080 after to show you what I'm talking about. At max speed, 1080 is so hype even today, like it's fire. This is fun. It's got it's a little bit chill. It's got good graphics. Like I see people like this game. Like I'm gonna give it a graphics score at the time of a solid I'm gonna give this like an 8.5 or a 9 at the time. Like this is pretty cool for like its art style. 1080 would probably get like a 10 at the time. And the Twisted Edge would get like I don't know, 6. But I prefer these graphics over Twisted Edge. I like the backgrounds and everything like that. The stages look kind of detailed. The character designs look cool. It's got its own little personality. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a too early, but I've read reviews on it and I've watched gameplay stuff on it, and I got a pretty good idea on its history. At the time it comes out, 1080 being like a 9, 9.5. I think this is like a good like 8, 7.5 or 8, and I give it a score of today about 7. It has its merits, and it is still playable. I imagine Snowboard Kids 2 probably upped the ante, but I want to take a step back real quick into 1080 to let you see the full speed craziness. All right, so we're gonna do a time attack, and we're gonna run it with the gold surfer to let you see the speed. The gold snowboarder, you get him for beating the game on the hardest mode with, you know. So let's go and get him. He's supposed to be the fastest boarder, and let's get the penguin board going. It's supposed to be the fastest board. Hopefully that worked. And let's run all the way to this last deadly fall. We should be flying through here. I don't know if this is going to capture it exactly, but the speed of this game is like really awesome. And the smoothness at the time it came out too. We're talking about like, man, on N64. So I've got obviously like the secret character, but wow. Actually, some of the other levels have been better designed to show you, but I mean, you are really moving down here. Like, it feels fluid and fast, and it did on the N64 too. I mean, it might have been running at 23 frames per second or something like that, but you felt like you were freaking moving. Especially the levels where like it starts snowing and stuff. It's like a blizzard's in your face. Absolute wild. I think I'm gonna play Blue Race, Wave Race Blue Storm and 1080 Avalanche together. This game kind of needs a comparison to 1080 Avalanche. But yeah, I mean, you were going, like, you really are moving. The sense of speed is definitely there, especially like in areas like this where you're like, jeez Louise, you got absolutely clobbered. It was smashing time. I mean, you fly through the courses. Here's a good example of a course where you can go really fast. But on the hardest difficulty, like it's snowing and it's blizzardy and it's just absolute chaos. This is one where you absolutely are like flying. Like the speed here is kind of crazy. And like I'm just gonna go through the trees. Boom, just wildness, man. Look at the narrow course. You almost feel claustrophobic. You're just like flying through here, barreling through at breakneck speeds, trying to avoid trees and like logs and stuff, and of course like all the foliage and stuff. I mean, the graphics look good, right? For that time, I mean, they were really the stuff. You got the sun shining through and everything like that. This stuff was like, this is where it was at. This felt like quality. But yeah, this to me is the king of the of this era of snowboarding games. It's just boom, the quality's just there. And I'm just flying through here. You can see the speed. I mean, you're just going, the ice is, you know, the snow is just flying off of you. Just gonna just woo! Go fly through it. Ooh, man. It's especially crazy when you're racing somebody and like you can look behind you and see them. Yeah, 1080's one again. I think every N64 owner needs 25 games. And this is in those 25 games. Probably in the top 10, top 15 of those games. And I'll make that official list later. I'm something that keeps me up many nights thinking about which one's number one. And you know, that's gotta be Mario 64, let's be real. Woo, look at that flying down here. That is speed. Yep. Wow, I actually beat my old record. That's crazy, guys. I sucked on that one. Alright guys, here we are. Snowboard Kids 2. This one came out a bit after. And
Snowboard Kids 2!
you know, progression of the first one, I would think. Let's just get some initial impressions on how it looks. Already. Got the rare select screen. The Diddy Kong Racing select screen. You got the big nose again, look like Super Mario almost. We're expecting a lawsuit for that. There we go. Yay.
Ready? Go!
Wow, they're going faster than me from the get-go. I feel slow. Oh, if you hold this down, you can jump. But you stay kind of like locked in place until then. Oh, you can do flips and stuff. Okay, cool. So, I know we compared, like, you know, some of the graphics, the levels a little bit, and the racing. These obviously all have trick modes. I'm not completely comparing that today. It's just kind of to give you an indication. I've heard that Twisted Edge has a good trick system that's more simpler than 1080. And it seems like from like what I was seeing, that seemed to be true. It's really easy to do the spins and stuff like that and the grabs. But it's not like 1080 is like super hard or anything like that. It just takes a little bit more practice. I think it's more rewarding probably because your dude doesn't, your guy you're playing as doesn't look ridiculous. Like some weird, Mr. Fantastic stretching all over the place. It actually like keeps his shape whenever he moves and actually looks like a living being. Let's see. There we go. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so yeah, I get the hang of this. I mean, this is fun. This would be fun with your friends, So we're not going too deep into this. It remains to be seen if 1080. I mean, if Snowboard Kids 2, is a better experience. But here it is. And reviews at the time, it seems like they were pretty positive from what I was seeing. So I'm on the lift. I'm going up. So yeah, the N64 had these 4 snowboard games that I could think of. Twisted Edge, 1080, Snowboard Kids 1, and Snowboard Kids 2. I would say Twisted Edge is leaving in the past. 1080 must have in your collection, must own, must play from that era. Snowboard Kids, a cool one too. If you got it, you got it. Play it with your friends. It's like it'd be a good time if you can learn, how to play it. Obviously, I haven't played it in a long time and very much at all. But it looks great. Everything looks pretty good. Honestly, the graphics, and this is obviously, upscaled and whatnot. But honestly, it looks gorgeous in a way. This one looks a little bit better than the first one. I mean, I might give the graphic at this time like a good score. But even now, I mean, they look pretty cool. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. I mean, I'm playing this I'm not like disgusted about the way it looks. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Diddy Kong Racing. It's got that, it's got a cool look to it. I like the sky. It's colorful. It's kind of pretty. It's not too serious. It's kind of fun to look at. I mean, I'm losing right now, and I'm still happy. Like I feel like I've got a smile on my face. I can be a good sport. Look at that. How cute is that? I'm getting launched up now. That's what's up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just wanted to introduce you guys to the 4 snowboarding games on the N64. My favorite, probably my favorite console next to the Super NES ever. A great console that, should have performed better. Mistakes were made. Alright guys, subscribe to the channel. Follow me. I'm making more videos from the past and from the present. We're going to do reviews on retro handhelds. I've got some lined up and other tech. Also, I make ROM hacks. I do stuff. Final Fantasy V, Pixel Remaster, which is Project Omega now. There's an awesome team working with me on it. Climax, X-Jax. We've got other contributors like Q-Bear. Those are some of the best hackers in the ROM hacking community. We're making the ultimate version of Final Fantasy V. We have 3 versions going out right now within the team. Climax, with the help of some other members, has worked on his Whirlwind project. It's amazing the things he's done. X-Jack has worked on the Clean edition. It's amazing what he's done, and he's contributed a lot. Him and Climax both to the Pixel Remaster, which is becoming Omega, which is our attempt to absolutely make something that's comparative or better than the Pixel Remaster for Final Fantasy V on Super NES. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and maybe, saw something you want to experience for the first time. I don't want to make this too long. 25 minutes is pretty wordy, but I hope you guys got to see something, a game you haven't seen before. Subscribe to the channel and we'll show y'all some more stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.